Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today, I'm going to be doing a video that's a little bit different. These are products that I don't think are bad, and I don't think are amazing. These are products that are just okay. So I'm going to share with you guys these products and then also kind of give you what I think is better. I do believe, yes, this is all drugstore products here. So it's not like if you do buy one of these, you're really going to be spending that much money or like wasting that much money. But still, money is money. And if we could buy something better, why not, right? So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with the face. Some of these things are things I've tried recently, and I really just kind of got inspired to do this video because they weren't products that I absolutely hated. So they didn't belong in like the disappointing product video, but then they also weren't amazing, so they didn't really belong in like my favorites video. And I didn't really want to do a review on some of these, so it just kind of made sense to kind of do one video where it's like, just makeup that's okay. It's not great, it's not bad, it's just blah, kind of. So, yeah, let's start off with the face. This is something that I have tried recently, and this is the NYX No Filter Powder. So this looks like so, and this is a baked product. I really did use this a lot. It is a very nice texture. It's very soft. It comes in a lot of colors, which I like. And so this says that it is like a finishing powder. You know, it says no filter, so it's supposed to make you look very smooth. I just didn't see like a huge difference, and this was I think around like $12, so it really wasn't cheap. And this didn't really keep me matte, and I get that it's not really supposed to. It does, even like if you look at it in the pan, it does have a nice, not like luminosity to it because it's not a highlighter, but a very like natural, almost glowy finish to the skin. And I just didn't love it. Like I said, this isn't bad, it's just not great. What I do think is better is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. Whew, that powder is so good. It is very similar to this in the sense that it doesn't like mattify you and make you cakey, but it does still give you like a matte looking finish. It's very strange. It's like, well, you can pile that product on and you're never going to look cakey. It's amazing, but it still kind of keeps your shine away, but it still makes your skin look nice and fresh and like normal looking. So it's really weird. Whereas with this, I just feel like it had that same looking finish to it, that very like natural looking finish of the skin, but it didn't keep me matte at all. Whereas I feel like the Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation does have a better balance as far as like the matte natural finish thing kind of goes. So I would just skip this and pick up the NYX powder foundation. Okay, so these next couple things are highlighters, and I feel like these are really going to surprise people. So these two are the shimmer strips from Physicians Formula. Now, I love the like shimmer brick in Natural Nude, where it has like all the little squares, and I will link all the products I'm talking about down below for you guys so you can check them out. But it has like all the little squares. That is gorgeous. It's a beautiful highlighter. But everyone raves about these, and so I purchased them a while back actually, and I just don't get the huge hype about them. This one is in Riviera Strip, and so this one's more bronzy, but the texture of these is so stiff. Like, that's one swatch right there, and it's like not that glowy. So I'm just kind of confused. It's like you can't get product up, and it's very stiff. So I don't understand the huge hype about these. This one is a little bit better. This one is in Vegas strips, and this one is a little bit more golden. And so I feel like because of that, it has a little bit more like glowiness to it. As you can kind of see like right there, it's a little bit more glowy. But again, they just don't blend very well. They're very stiff. I think the shimmer bricks and like I said, the Natural Nude little square that has like the little squares within it, those are really good. But this is just, I just didn't really see the hype. Yes, it's like a highlight, but it's not really that great. Like for the price especially, like Physicians Formula is not a cheap drugstore brand. So I mean, I don't get it. Even the Wet n Wild highlighters are better than that. Like, just pass on those. Okay, well I shouldn't have said Wet n Wild highlighters are better because this one I'm going to talk about. The original Wet n Wild highlighters, like the ones that you see in the permanent display, are bomb. This one, it's going to surprise people, but this is the new highlighting gold bar from them. And this was a part of their holiday collection. It came with the pigments and with the lip glosses and the nail polishes. I was hunting for this like a mad woman, hunting for this display. And I couldn't find it, so I finally purchased it online, and I purchased all 4 pigments and this, and then they only shipped 3 pigments because the rose gold pigment was sold out. But anyways, long story short, I did purchase this. I think this was around $5. So this is the highlighting gold bar. So it's meant obviously to be a highlighter, and it's obviously meant to be gold. Now, okay. There's the swatch of it. It is pretty. I will give it that. It's got a nice subtle glow to it. I guess, I don't know if I like hyped this up too much in my mind or something, but I just didn't think that it was like as soft, and like the highlighters they put out over the summer were amazing, and those are now permanent. But this one is just a little bit stiff. It just kind of dusts away. I mean, it has a little bit of a glow, but not much. So again, just get the ones in the permanent collection, and like don't freak out about finding this because I just thought it was very like meh. It just wasn't what I was like thinking it would be. Okay, the last face thing is this concealer from Catrice. Now this is the Retouch Light Reflecting Concealer. I think I tried this in like my drugstore first impressions video, and it is a nice concealer. The packaging is nice, you know, whatever. It's a little streaky when it blends. Like it just doesn't blend very evenly. So like under the eyes, if I draw this on, and then even with like a beauty blender, it just is, it's very streaky. I think like Maybelline concealers, Maybelline concealers are like honestly like my #1 concealers. The Better Skin one, the Fit Me, the Age Rewind Brightener is amazing for under the eyes. Rimmel Match Perfection, that's another really great concealer from the drugstore. This just was a little uneven when blending, and it was a little creasy. So I just, again, I think that there's just better out there. Okay, so moving on to the eyes, we're gonna do lips last. So I mentioned with that highlighting gold bar that I did purchase the pigments, and these again are in this video. So I only got 3 of them. I got Kung Fu Lightning, I got Dom and Cherry on top, and then I got, what are you? Ride on My Copper. So these pigments, the reason they're in this video is, okay, one, the packaging. When I first opened it, I was like, that's amazing. There's like a little, you know, like sealers, and you have to pop open every time so the pigment can't get everywhere, and there's a sifter. But the sifter doesn't really like work like at all, and you have to like tap it like really hard, but then like it just gets everywhere. And if you try to use these dry, like here's Kung Fu Lightning, it's really powdery, like it's kind of falling to be honest with you, and they just kind of like dust away to nothing. Whereas if you use them wet, they're really pretty, but again, the packaging is just like, it just gets really, really messy. And except for Kung Fu Lightning, I feel like these two look very, very similar on the eyes. And then I didn't purchase the rose gold one, but I have seen that one in stores, and it looks very similar to the other two as well. So again, I think if you want to use these wet, like okay, but even still, I just don't think that they're really that great. I would purchase like a MAC pigment. You can get like the little travel size ones for like 10 bucks on the MAC website and at Nordstrom. The wow factor wasn't there for, I guess, I don't know if I like hyped this holiday collection up too much or, you know, whatever, but it just like, these were just okay. They were just very dusty when they were dry, and the packaging, like it just got really messy. So, and I know pigments are going to be messy, but like, at least with a MAC pigment, you can like stick your finger on top and then like go like that. And so it's not uber messy, but with that, because you have to like tap your finger really hard, it like makes the pigment fly, and it just gets not good. Okay, this last thing is from e.l.f. and this is one of their clay eyeshadow palettes, and this shade Saturday Sunsets. So it looks like this. This is pretty. I like the color selection. You know, I like that it has that gold and a little bit of plum purple in there. It's got a nice matte brown, a matte cream highlight right here. And these shadows are not bad. Honestly, for e.l.f., I think that this is a good palette. I have tried some e.l.f. eyeshadows that I really just didn't like, and then I've also tried some that I love. But overall, this wasn't like as pigmented or as easy to blend as I would like it to be. It just was kind of just there. Like this medium tone brown right here is swatched right there. It's just very light, and they're just not, they don't blend very well at all. They are a little bit patchy, so I would just skip out on this. The e.l.f. Oh shoot, what are they called? The Prism eyeshadow palettes. Those are really good eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. But these little or what are they called? I don't know, they have like 5 pans. I would just skip out on. Okay, so a couple more eyeshadow things. These are from Revlon. These are the new Color Stay Cream eyeshadows. I did a whole video on these, so I will link that for you guys so you guys can check that out. But these were not horrible, but I shouldn't, like, I'm saying the same thing all the time, but like, duh, that's what this video is. They were a little bit thin. They were very, very thin, a hair greasy, and they were very glittery. The only one I liked was the matte one, because these just the other ones, the shimmers, just got a little bit like very shimmery, I should say. So I would definitely stick with the Maybelline Color Tattoos over these. The Color Tattoos are a little bit thicker. They are more like metallic, not so much just like shimmer straight up. So I like those better than these, but like I said, I did a full review on these with like swatches and stuff, so I will link that for you guys. The bonus of this though is that it does come with a little brush, which is actually very useful. So they got that going for them. Okay, this last thing is from the brand Makeup Academy Professional. That blinded you guys. Whoop, there we go. So this is their eyeshadow palette, and it just says Nude eyeshadow palette. I think they have like a smoky one and then maybe like a metallic one or something. This was, I think, around $15 maybe. It was pretty up there in price. And for something that's so basic, I just don't really understand why someone would pay this much. I think the Covergirl eyeshadow palettes have a better formula than this, and those are cheaper. You can often get those with coupons, and this is only sold, at least in my area, in like CVS stores. So I just feel like Covergirl is just more available. I'm trying to think of like what other ones from the drugstore I really like. Milani eyeshadow palettes, those beat this, and those are definitely cheaper. These are just, like, you know, this video, it's not bad. It's just, they're just, you know, like 15 bucks, really, like seriously. I just think it's like, you know, there's just better out there for the price and for what you're getting, you know. These are all just very blah shades, and maybe you're into that, but again, like, you know, very nude. I'm into that for every day. But again, like the CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes just have this like so far beat on formula, blendability, pigmentation. So I would just like skip out on this and probably purchase one of those. Like I said, not that this is something I'm gonna like throw away and be like, oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's just like for $15-ish, maybe even a little more, it's like, it's not really worth that. Okay, so let's talk about lips. This first thing is also from Makeup Academy, and I feel bad like talking smack about this brand, but just for what it is and what you're paying, I just think it's a little hit or miss with the formulations on things. This is a lipstick in Rose, and this is just one of their like classic lipsticks. First off, the packaging feels so cheap. It almost feels like play makeup, which I know isn't a huge deal because it's like, if the product is good, but when you're paying, this was $10, like a $10 lipstick. I would expect at least a little bit nicer packaging. It doesn't have to obviously be like MAC quality packaging, but it could be like Maybelline, like duh. This just feels really, really cheap. And the formula on this lipstick is good. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it goes on pretty even, but it's just like 10 bucks for one lipstick. It didn't, you know, just a normal like cream lipstick. Like it didn't wear very long. It wasn't anything like, oh my gosh, yes, I see why this is $10. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely recommend the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks, the e.l.f. moisturizing lipsticks, the Maybelline lipsticks, the mattes, the, you know, any kind of formula in Maybelline is awesome. Even L'Oreal lipsticks, like, those are just cheaper. And this, like, feels really, really cheap, like the packaging, like I said, and just for like a normal cream lipstick, I just think $10 is a little bit expensive, but that's just me. Okay, this next thing is from J Cat Beauty, and this is one of their matte diary lipsticks in the shade Boyfriend's Friend. This is a really pretty shade. It is like a purpley pink kind of color, but it just, it's very dry. It's not very pigmented. Like one swipe is like really patchy. You really have to kind of like build it up. With matte lipsticks, I don't really like to do that because the more product you apply, the drier it's going to feel, and it just takes a while to get this to be nice and even on the lips. Oh gosh, I just dropped that. It just takes us a while to be nice and even on the lips, and it was very drying, and I did not like that at all. Okay, these next things are the Katy Kat matte lipsticks from CoverGirl. This one, I have Kitty Purry. It looks like that J Cat Beauty shade. Really pretty color. I also have Sphinx, I don't know how to say it. It's just like a really pretty like peachy nude. And then I also have Couture I don't know, whatever. I don't know if I've ever worn this one. I don't think I have, which is crazy. Which this one is like a deeper brownish nude. Okay, the reason I hate these, well, I don't hate them, okay. The reason I dislike these is, one, they're not fully matte. And two, you know when you have a cream lipstick but you want it to be matte, so you might like put a little bit of translucent powder over it, or put a tissue and then pat some translucent powder on top. And when you press your lips together, you can kind of feel that powder. That's what that feels like. And I know that's a weird way to describe it, but it legit feels like you put on lipstick and then you put powder on top. And when you rub your lips together, you can feel like that grittiness of the powder. It's just, it's not a very smooth formula at all. I don't like that. It's strange. They have a nice color range. I think the name is cute. I think, you know, the colors aren't bad. You know, they go on pretty even. It's just that feeling of when it's on your lips, it just feels very dry. And like I said, it just feels like you put powder on your lips, and I don't know. That's just not something I'm really looking at. I think the Maybelline Creamy Matte lipsticks, the Milani Matte lipsticks, those, like, just buy those instead of these. These are just like, you know, why buy something that's just like, ugh, I don't really like this, but the color's pretty, and so when you can really buy like something that's, the colors are gorgeous and the formula is awesome. So I would just recommend those over these. So with that, I will leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you want to see more of these types of videos, or if you're just like, nope, just keep it to either like favorites or disappointing. Like, we don't like the middle. Just let me know, and I can totally, you know, either nix this idea or kind of keep going with it when I try new products. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.